Take a deep breath and settle into your comfy chair. Welcome to the Healers Collective, the podcast that will alchemize your health and ignite an expansion within your soul. I'm Caroline Nixon, and with my over 25 years of experience in all things holistic, as well as being a psychic, a healer, and a medical intuitive, I will guide you deeper into your energetics, your body, and your soul, supporting you along your path to be the best healer, psychic, energy worker that you can be, knowing and trusting that your body is fully supporting you. Together, we will be navigating all things energy, vibration, frequency, mindset, soul, body, spiritual practices, and more as we move through this thing called life. So grab a cup of something hot and let's get to it. Hello and welcome to episode 11. I am calling this podcast episode A Sacred Space. And this is going to be fun. At least I think it is. So what do I mean by a sacred space? Now, a sacred space can be a physical space in your home or in nature where you go to connect and to meditate and to channel and to do all of these great things. That's awesome. I feel like everyone needs to have one. I mean, you don't have to. You can do what you want. But it would be beneficial for healers, psychics, energy workers to have a safe, sacred space that they just feel amazing. For me, it's my office because I am surrounded by all of my crystals and my oils and all the things that I love so much. It's also going outside. But the sacred space I want to talk about today is the sacred space in your mind's eye. And I feel, think, know, and believe that this is a very real, energetic space that we each can cultivate for ourselves. It is where I do healing. It is where I connect with my body. I connect with my soul here. I connect with my guides. I connect with my business guides, my master guide. I connect with my higher self sometimes. Sometimes I go up to my higher self. I connect with my healing modalities here. I connect with my self-love gardens here. I have a business garden and a self-love garden. And over the years, it has just gotten bigger and bigger and more elaborate. It's amazing. I connect with new guides here. I connect with my healing modality guides, my protector guides, my business, my clients, all sorts of things happen in my sacred space. And I just want to share with you my sacred space today. So sit back and relax, have a cup of tea or coffee, and let me walk you through it because it's fun. It is a fun thing. It is very powerful. And I feel as if the more I connect with my sacred space, and I go into my sacred space pretty much every day, okay? It becomes more powerful and the healings become faster for myself. I can channel guidance. Going into my sacred space raises my vibration so that I am more easily able to connect with the beings, including parts of myself, more easily. So I can get clearer information, I can get more accurate information. And I've been doing this for years. In fact, my second book, I've written 3 books so far. My second book, I go into it just a little bit. And it has shifted and changed as things do. Okay, so how do I access my sacred space? So I am a seer, so I see it in my mind's eye. You might experience yours differently. It might be a feeling. It might be something you hear. I'm a seer, though, so that's how I'm going to explain it to you. So as long as I can remember, I've always reached my sacred space. This sounds crazy, but it's true, by boat. And I have a protector guide that literally rows me over there. So it's like my own little island, really. And I get off the boat, and I always say thank you and please to my guides because I'm polite like that. And I walk up to what looks like a door, and I put my hand up, so it's very space agey, and it only opens for me because it recognizes my fingerprints. And I go in, and the door's shut, and immediately think about the Jetsons, that show, the cartoon when you were a kid. Immediately, it's not so much a conveyor belt, but above me, a beautiful healing source-filled light comes over me, and it clears out my aura. It clears off my aura. It starts to clear off my energy bodies. It runs through my physical body. It helps to open and begin to balance and align my chakras. It goes out my feet, and sometimes earth energy comes up. It just depends on what's going on because every day my energy is different. So this is like a little cleaning station. It almost like, like a hazmat suit would get like the chemical spray. That's what it kind of feels like to me. I'm getting like completely cleaned just walking in. So anything that's affecting me, anything I'm worried about, any thoughts or beliefs that are on my mind, worries, anxieties, are just washed away. It's beautiful. And then I go up the stairs, and it's 10 stairs. I don't know why. It's always been 10 stairs. So I go up the 10 stairs, and I'm in a hallway. Now, here I can choose lots of different things to do. The first door on my left is where I meet with my aspects of self. So I call in my soul, I call in my higher self, and I call in all aspects of myself. The most powerful aspects to the victim, martyr, saboteur, inner child aspects. And when I meet with all of my aspects, I usually have a goal or an intention. And it's usually something that I'm looking to create for myself in my life. And I speak it. I speak out loud when I do my sacred space work. It feels more powerful to me. I also feel like it helps me focus and not kind of go off into la la land. It keeps me very grounded. So that is where we chat. It's a table, and we're all sitting around the table, and it expands and contracts as it needs to. So depending on who's at the table. And so that's where I do that work. And I don't do this every single day. Okay. I go where I'm called. Otherwise I could be doing this all day long. Right. And we have lives in the real world. So once I am out of that room, the next door on the left is where I meet with my soul. The room that I meet with my soul has always looked the same ever since the very first time I connected with my soul. Yours would probably look different than mine. It is a room. It is inside. For me, that is my sign that I'm working internally. My soul is in my body. Okay, so that's where I work with my soul. Sometimes I invite my higher self in, but we have a chat. There's a couch in there. We talk. We do what we got to do. And then I can leave that room. And then across the hall, the first door on the right is where I meet with my business. So it looks like a boardroom. I invite in my business guides. I invite in my potential future clients. I invite in money. I invite in my marketing team. I invite in my CEO of my business. I invite in, like I said, my guides, all parts of my business, my offers, all of that. And we have a powwow. Usually, and I do different things. So I might, ask what I need to focus on selling next, what my clients need, and I can talk to my future clients there. I also talk to my future clients in a different space. So this is very business. This is like a meeting. Like we are meeting. What do I need to work on? What do I need to focus on? What do I need to post? That kind of thing. Let's see. The next room would be the second door on the right in the hallway. And this is where well, it depends. Sometimes this is where I meet with my shadow aspects. Now, I do my journeys a little bit different for myself than I do with my clients. So this is a room that I might meet with a shadow aspect of self to do a little healing. It could be a younger me session, when I meet with like my younger child and go through some healing. So I might do some healing here. It just depends. It's kind of a catch-all room, to be honest. And what else? Let's see. And then there are more steps, 10 more to be exact. And this is where I am brought to my circular healing grid, where I do healing work on myself. I also have a similar space. If you've done any healing work with me, I do walk you down a path and we go into a circular healing grid, and then from there we go into a healing pyramid. But this is my own personal circular healing grid. This is where I will have contact with my guides. I can sit and chat with my guide team. I might do some healing here. This is where my business garden is. This is where my self-love garden is. This is sometimes where I access working, like my offers, clients, that kind of thing, like doing some like magnetizing and chatting with clients and that kind of thing. Future clients, my audience, that sort of thing. Then there's more stairs. And if you'll notice, for me, at least, maybe it's not obvious, but for me, it's very obvious that as I go up the stairs, my vibration raises higher and higher and higher. So this next level is where I meet with I call it my cluster. This is the energy in which I work. I work with shamanic energy and in shamanic energy, and I work in sorcerer energy or sorcery energy. So magic and alchemy is what I work in. And that's neither here nor there. We all work in different energies, and that's fine. But this is where I can go off and learn. My healing hospital is up here where I do healing work. This is where I expand my own, like my consciousness and my health is expanded up here. I have guides that work with me. I have a shamanic guide that I work with. I have a sorcerer guide that I work with. I've got a celestial being that I work with. I have angels that I work with here. So this is a very big, expansive space. This is where I learn about different techniques, and I sharpen my skills, and I learn from my guides in this space. I'm learning more and more deeper wisdom that is not known yet. Not everything is known. There is more wisdom to be learned, and we each have that ability to tap into. So this is where I do a lot of tapping into. And then finally, there is a little stairwell, and it has, oh gosh, I've never even counted the steps. I'm going to say it's about 5 steps. And this is where I go and sit, kind of like I sit and dream. It's like the quantum field. It can also be called the point of creation, like a still point. And this is where I can go and just completely decompress and just be filled. And I'm kind of surrounded in space in this area, and it's just total quiet and peace. It's amazing. Highly recommend. So that is a little, I might have missed a few things, but those are the big things that are in my sacred space. I would love to hear if you have a sacred space, in your mind's eye, and what it looks like, what it feels like, what you do there. We are each individuals and unique, and I am sure that our sacred spaces are unique to us. I just thought it would be fun to share what I don't often share. I don't often share these things. They feel very personal to me, but I thought it would be fun to share today. So let me know what your sacred space looks like, and be sure to like and follow, and I will see you on the next episode. Bye.